Thank you. Okay, we go Pearl. And so, in theory, this is what Mini and Doom Bros are talking about as the anti-Loud comp. And Loud don't go for the comp that it's meant to be an anti of. So, so that's interesting.
But this is a very different approach than what most other teams are doing. No one really plays Breach on this map, Valen.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how they're going to deal with B long control here, just using the Fade. Also the Breach to help, but oftentimes teams are using like KO or Silver Drones to help take B long. Or if they
there's a lot of good stuff that Breach can do on this map.
To gain that control.
But
so it's going to be
I've
very
never
really
seen it look like
area, how they
great.
Off of that control,
I could understand it against like the Americas kind of meta where they try and take far back A. It must be really good for taking A control back, like on the after plant at A. In theory, it's pretty good for retakes. This is interesting though, just a double single control.
Pretty quiet as of late, looking to get that energy back.
You might see some slow plays from both teams, to be honest, because the 4 stars just try and make sure they use all of the 4 stars early, so they got nothing for retakes. Vision can't be blocked in after plan.
The right call, or if they overcook things in their elimination match.
Well, the stage is set. The players
yeah, let's see what they got.
All that's left to do is
I'm down for it.
to your casters for this one. Give a warm
Pulse pretty cool at the moment with the new changes. It feels like there's been a lot of stuff where I've been like, I like this.
I mean, this match
like I liked the
so much potential. You think about it on paper, you think about the run that they've had.
I liked the Sky and Sova, the Giants were using. Bad Preacher, what's up, bro, with the Prime? Welcome into the Sub Club. Thank you so much, man. Really do appreciate that. Okay, we've got 3. Chat, new member as well. Spam some slugs. Okay, Navi on defense, loud on attack. We go for a fast split. There's 3 people here. That's the fast one they didn't expect. They get 2. There's normally 2 over towards here. Why would there be 3?
At all about the util that Navi hit him with. The dart getting down B long and that knife suppressing everything. So no stars, no smokes.
That's nice from him as well.
Unfortunately for them,
just getting info and getting out of there. Spike down.
When the spike's on site.
Les is playing pretty far back. They've got the spike surrounded. Tui's is going to have to make a move, or maybe just buy some time for Les to reposition.
Ooh,
yeah, but he can't get caught when the smoke falls.
Yeah, because then the play's essentially over. A delicate dance for the controller for Loud. Has to stay alive, has to draw attention, and do so without losing.
Honestly, with what's going on, they might even be able to predict the 3-person setup here.
Les now has arrived. 30 seconds left. The first swing is
with the space that they've got.
A little bit of attack, but not before Les falls to his left by himself.
Okay, nicely done. Good round from Cena. To be honest, he got the most important kills in terms of the double, so I guess he did great as well at the end. And yeah, that was nice. There's 3 people here, so it wasn't intentionally what they thought was going to go down or anything, but it was a nice setup either way.
The 2021 champion versus the 2022 champions as well. He just ripped them to shreds there. And I think this is what I really like about Navi's Pearl is it gets CNET activated so easily on this jet roll. No concerns about what he's going to play. Is he going to be able to float something else?
It's a classic. Kind of. They changed it up a little bit. It's a little bit more risky than what they normally go for. There's 3 rifles on this one. 3 rifles, 2 people that are allowed to die. Aspas. Okay, so we recon this, then we get close because the recon scans all of this, and then we drone deep. So we get full info, we get the orb on top of this as well. Yeah, that's kind of nice. They're getting a lot from this, to be honest, Navi.
Between the macro games of these 2 teams so far, actually very interesting, you're right. 1 for 1 on the orbs. And
Loud went over towards A main. Pretty sure Aspas picked up his orb. Some teams tend to do this in terms of getting knives out early. Pretty good for Econ. Oh boy, that's one of the guns, and that is definitely going to get picked up. This is a bit of a nightmare because, yeah, this is looking like a great eco, man. They can win this. Oh, that's so nice with the Teva taking him down low. Yeah, Teva takes him down to just 1. Oh my god, this is... Yep. And this is kind of the risk that we were talking about with this one, right? 3 rifles. On defense, it's a little bit riskier because you're all kind of split up. That's why Fnatic kind of more go for like everyone buying and everyone having a gun, because when one of these rifles get picked up, you can't really, well, you can play with the buddy system if you play it proper.
With a Vandal too, yeah, he's backing off. Angel's going to keep this Bulldog, pick it up, and that's
what a perfect round.
Just rip apart.
I think this is still a good call from Navi. Even though they get 3,000 on top of this, they don't get to pick up any of the extra guns. Right, they only gained this from it. Is my camera higher than normal?
This could be critical.
Yeah, let me move it down a sec.
One more. Not going to find it, but still getting the Bulldog down is pretty important. That would have been a dropped weapon for somebody else. And look at these shots from Les. He's full blind there. The C's gets a connection, and he gets that spam.
Yeah, that was
huge.
huge.
Shot was so nice.
What a monster.
All came down to that first kill as well.
If I'm looking to see what type of form Loud is going to have on this map, I'm looking at Les. He's played such a critical role.
I'm honestly not sure, Vice. I think this might just be their new pal, and we haven't seen it yet.
He's almost the sole lurker with
the Harbor Viper, you know the Harbor Viper meta, that was pretty much just because B wasn't like this, and it was more a comp that, at least fundamentally, it was like insane at blocking off vision and planting B. And because it changed, they changed the comp with it.
For sure.
So.
And the interesting thing there is they're going for a reclear. Normally they do that with Angel's
my. What is this?
And he's just using the Guardian to take them all down instead.
Dude, CNED was right. They actually...
Where he just pops off.
It's Angel v Aspas.
Look at Les. He just got through A main to clear Art, which allows them to get on this site. But Zipon, is he aware of this angle? He is, but not aware enough.
Oh, it's so strong, this.
Shot there.
It's so strong. Dude, think about it.
Angel with the dart, nothing tagged.
Think about
Les playing very cautiously beneath it. That's going to be a kill on Shao. Les is still very weak. And while Loud are making a run at this, there's still so much work that has to be done. Yeah, and it just went from bad to worse.
Yeah, I thought they were going to heavy realize that someone was in this area if you think of where the recon was scanning.
It's too much to deal with.
In the end. Mate,
after 3 rounds,
what the hell are these shots from Angel?
By themselves.
Yeah, a little bit.
Might be because these first kills come in so fast from Angel, but for Loud there, I mean, obviously losing Sadak early kind of takes away from the punch you're going to have to execute on the site, but what a response from Navi, and again, thinking back to saving that one Vandal. Thinking back to the buy that they do, they instantly respond, and it's put Loud on a really terrible position economically. Just one Vandal, hero bot from Aspas. They got the lockdown, and that's what they're going to try to favor. CNED's in a position on top. Gets away from the stun, and now he can go up.
Oh, two with Killjoy utility and CNED with the height advantage on Aspas. That was the rifle.
And look at that, too. That's a dart going up. Even if CNED doesn't peek on the right timing there, you have a player looking backwards to break that dart while he peeks. Nice combination. With just one dart, making sure you're doing something off of it. That's Navi on Pearl to a T.
Sonic picked up the Vandal.
Oh,
and he's going from further back. Tui's getting one with the Sheriff.
Yeah, maybe the spamming put him off there. I'm not sure. Now it gets a little bit weird. Gun down. You want to heavy protect the gun. You kind of know they're going to heavy protect the gun, so you can go elsewhere.
I mean, if Les plays
or you can just go for the gun itself.
He should be able to grab the weapon that was dropped by Sugetsu. I thought they were going to try to control it a little bit more. Angel was posted up on it, and you see the rotation through. As Angel goes off, CNED fills in on the space, and Les really doesn't have a way to get in.
Kind of gambled over towards the A, and they gambled right here. Damn, knife went in, and then recon went in.
Tui's is on the other side of the map. I'm confused, very confused on what the intention here is. Tui's maybe a late flank if they get the site, but
yeah, I mean, honestly, if they get the plant down.
Really big if. And they're going to have to do so in the face of 4 Navi members who have full weaponry. Kalanzine has already fallen, 14 seconds left. They've got to commit to getting the spike down very soon. Shao with the spam, not landing. But it's going to be enough to reposition. I don't think they're going to get the spike down, not at this rate. Sonic's got to commit, and he can't. The pressure from Angel was just 2 seconds on this
doesn't matter about this kill.
And there's just not going to be enough time.
Tell you what, though, it's really good damage.
What a chaotic round.
Boss, we got to start moving
and again,
this.
To me,
for next year, we got to have this just insta spawn at the bottom or anywhere
everybody's trying
else.
to implement their own say. Les was in the middle of the map for so long too, while Sadak was calling to hit this A site, and that might have been where the time issues stemmed.
Okay, still though, I still think that's a very good eco from them. They should be pretty happy. They at least keep the economy in check. Speaking of
Very
economy,
nice attempt.
massive rounds for Loud
But that
again.
was
Have to
low
eco if they
weapons again.
lose
Now
this
they have
one.
2 key ults. I would love
Double
to see
ults,
what
yeah,
the
I mean,
ideas are when they
we got
start
ult
getting
to
these
break
ults
ult.
to layer up, because this breach is very unique on this map.
Oh, I thought they were going to keep that attack side out for Aspas, but at the very last second, switch back to the Vandal.
The fact that he's even considering it as an option.
I was going to
is
say,
pretty
they're going to
interesting.
stun off the Prowler.
He opted one
So
time
Prowler
and
goes
not
in,
just
spots
Tokyo
someone here,
over 2
blocks vision,
series.
then stun. Oh my goodness.
You see the setup
They don't
for Navi
really get
defensively,
anything
they're
off that because
concerned
we've
with
got
what's happening mid.
info.
Not really willing to give up that space or fight for it as much as they
Wow,
can.
this
Sadak
was
and
nice,
Loud,
though.
excuse me, Aspas.
Yeah, I goes in,
Jeez,
spots this guy here,
Yeah, that's huge.
and then yeah, they kind of
Completely
straight up
controlling mid here.
won both the
CNET with
1v1s.
the off, though.
And now they know.
And that's the breach ult too, so if they wanted an execute, suddenly that's gone. Look at the spacing right now still.
The person that died did good damage
Trying
to him
get
though.
through, make sure there's nobody fighting sewers. That's why Kalenzin's waiting for less here to regroup with Aspas. But they're going to choose to go into CNET.
But it's just
Could
CNET.
definitely get
And
to the
it's
corner
just
and all.
CNET with 45
like that.
HP, no armor.
He
He can stay in the corner.
And
Yeah.
they know, you see it pinging on the minimap. Aware of what the gaps are in this ult.
He does have a molly. Les does, so does he have a lineup for it? I don't think so.
And you see they're even freezing on this. Wait, they're just going to peek into this? 2 Cloudbursts out to obscure vision. CNET still healthy. The fact that he survived as long as
It's
he
a
has
great smoke from his
is
teammate.
massive because he continued to make plays.
They're so scared. Plant's still not down, Doug.
Damn, dude.
CNET's gonna be
They're
able to
respecting
feast,
him
and
a
they
lot.
Continue to wait. Les finally cleans him up. Numbers in favor of Loud, although less weak, just 5 HP. But the spike planted, you see if there's any utility that's going to dump up on top of it. Zipon's going to
Okay,
get cleaned
nicely
up.
done,
Kalantine gets both.
It was still pretty methodical. They straight up just won 2 1v1s though.
So cautious in that one.
Like
But
1v1,
it pays
1v1.
off. Ultimately, not enough players for Navi
It's
to deal
just an aim diff really over
with that
towards
hit
door.
coming through. And they were so cautious against CNET with his op. But what a swing round to win. Look at the plant position.
Oh,
It's crazy
5
that they end up
HP leg
planting there
shot.
where he's kind of
Yeah.
in the open to players from spawn. But he's protected against CNET, and they don't choose to try to flush him out.
Maybe a different
after that
round
lockdown.
if he gets that one. Who knows?
Those early picks paid huge dividends down the line. And we might get early picks again.
Oh,
down
what a
hard. There's
trap!
a dash.
The flash and the haunt.
Spike down mid.
Both Jets activated knives and dashed into mid. And we come through with Loud actually behind in this one, despite getting the first kill.
Dude, you got the
That was
spike.
so mad. Hopefully we get a good look at that one more time because that was just so fast. But through the quiet, CNET still has his blades. Aspas not nearly as fortunate. Rolling Thunder online for Loud still.
They have to start being able to get success with these dry walks, and
Oh, that's not the success they were looking for.
that's not the way to do it, no.
And that's another instance in which Sadak dies with
Yeah,
the Rolling
plays
Thunder.
so-
Mind you,
plays
they
so
haven't
well
really
on
had
this,
the
just super
opportunity to
passive.
execute with it, but
The dart for the spam, oh my goodness, Tui's in trouble there.
instantly cleared. Sugetsu hasn't, however.
Oh my.
He's still playing backside. Now understanding some of the presentation with
Okay,
the Hunter's
it's
Fury.
at the point where their
Not
money's
attack
really,
on
really
anyone,
low,
but
so
it
they
was
want to
enough
use
bait it
ults in
out.
this to try and make
Just
sure
the tap.
that they can keep everyone alive.
Now where do they go from here? Ults, or excuse me, Spike still in the hands of Les.
This smoke is going to
30
fade from a
seconds
CNET.
I mean, you're pushing into this 4-player defense. Well, 3
I mean,
now.
they
Still
are
haven't
really
planted.
calm in a lot of
And there's
these
still
rounds.
so much to do.
Okay,
I
this
mean,
is a
Tui
nightmare
swings
now.
into a high low that you wouldn't be expecting in a situation like that, and it's so miserable to deal with. Les, you've been good, but man,
That's
the
fast.
blades from CNET are just too
Um,
much.
Yeah, I mean, it was a nice round from
That's
CNET,
just
really.
crazy there, too.
It's a nice round from CNET, and I love how Sugetsu played this as well. Just playing his life the whole time.
Nobody from Navi peeking after they get the advantage, and Loud holding on for so long to make something out of that round. This early engagement is just ridiculous.
My, what a mess of an opener.
The fact that Sadak doesn't stun until after that CNET push comes through is quite confusing, given Aspas dashed
Okay.
on the line.
Just a share for Sadak.
It's I mean,
Valentine
it's still a good buy.
And the aforementioned, both with ult still.
They can buy
Navi
next as
again.
well.
Yep, and continuing to do so down mid of all places. Aspas is here, though. But it seems like Navi are taking a step back.
I wonder if this is a complete read. Look, 5 stacking from Navi. That's why they're backing off right now. Realizing they have so much space on this A side. And CNET will scramble back towards the B. I think that was definitely a miscalculation. At the beginning of the round, an Angel versus Aspas.
Man, for
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, we're
for a
having one of
comp
those
that
Angel
has
We definitely are 8-4.
a breach
It's just crazy.
and a
Talk about how he's
fade,
rolling back the years and all that
they
stuff.
really are just
Angel seems to be in really
dry
good form
facing
right now.
everything.
85 HP, fishing for another. It's finally, he gets it.
And that's ahead of the stun there from Kawanzin again. He's peeking past double doors before Sadak deploys the fault line.
So once again, a lot of pressure and a lot of ask on the shoulders of Les.
That's good for him to have broken that molly before
30
the rest of his
seconds
team got here. Are they going to breach hold? Are they going to do
The
anything to get
KO
on this?
wouldn't
Look,
be the
Navi's playing
worst
so
here,
far back,
like
it
once
doesn't
they
even
start
matter.
planning for the retake.
3v4 where Tui's has 5
You want to
HP.
fight it.
They're going to use the wall too, but not blocking out flowers, so they
Okay,
are
maybe-
spammable here.
Maybe he doesn't want to do that.
15 seconds.
Depends. They got
Gravity well the back, they dump some of that util. Les just took so much damage from one shot.
Yeah, that was a nice shock. Recon.
Where
It's
do they go
decent.
from here?
Dude, that clears the whole of the
How
site.
did Navi find a way out from this? As it seems like Angel's going to be the late lurk, but Les is ready for it. Angel's
Hey,
just quicker
Angel's
on the draw.
dominating them, by the way.
3 on the round for
Like,
him.
Angel's actually
And
been
truly, if you're
ridiculous.
loud, you cut your losses. You don't continue into this.
They have breach hold. They're going to use it. Looks like maybe
Nah,
off the stun,
not a
maybe
chance
off
they
the
use it
kill.
now.
This is just so difficult to deal with. Yeah,
Man,
Angel with 4,
is
Zippon gets the last.
insane at the moment. What's he actually on? His first kills are at least 2. It might be 3 at the
And
moment.
that's not most of these rounds I'm looking at, especially when Navi get a slight advantage.
Dude, it's
or
not
it
even just
becomes,
like his
you know,
kills
it's
at the
even
moment. His
throughout the
util's been
mid-round.
great as
Navi is
well.
always so careful to continue to close
He's
out these
11
rounds.
and 5.
And I think Loud
You reckon
needs
3
timeout
first
because
kills? Yeah,
this
I think
is-
you might be right.
This is to me looking dire. The amount of missed peaks, mistimed pieces of utility. It's not going to be sustainable here against Navi, who are punishing you for those mistakes as well.
Yeah, they seem to be in really good form. And you're right, a timeout comes through for Loud. I mean, Angel is just diffing them almost by himself in a lot of ways right now. I think about that previous round. He gets 3 kills in isolated 1v1s against stars on the other side.
What do you
For the
think about
oldest player in
the
the tournament,
percentage
too,
of
the guy
kills
is
observers are
33
getting
years old.
compared to... it doesn't really
Doing it
matter
against the
about
best
kills. We should never
player
be
in the world,
judging
potentially
observers
last
on
year,
kills that they get.
These guys
Because
won
sometimes
last year, they won
getting
this
the
tournament.
death is like the same,
And here
if
they
that makes
are.
sense. Or sometimes it's even like more
On
to
what
the
should
story.
have
So
been
it's never
considered one
really
of their
about
best
kills
maps
that
after
are
the
got.
Americans
It's more
League. We
about
all
just
thought it
duels and
was,
actually understanding
and
the
they just
round.
completely
Honestly,
abandoned
the observing is not
their
bad.
identity.
Like, trust me, from someone who's
Trying hard to cling to
pretty
something
much
new.
just like dedicated like 5 years.
And I think in
it's,
that opening match
the
that we saw
observing's
from
fine.
Loud
I
against
think it could be
DRX,
better
when
in
they
terms
played
of
some
like
these breach comps on other
with
maps,
like
we
a
had
delayed observing,
not
etc.
the
But
most
that's something that
clean
that's something
picture
for
of
the
what that
future
might
once we
look
get a
like in the
replay
future.
thing. But it's fine. It's so fine at the moment. There's odd rounds where you notice it, but majority of the time it's been good.
Do they invest these ults, the ones that they've been holding on to for so long? And what else do Loud do on the other side of this timeout? Fast Prowler towards Link. So gets you waiting to see if there's a dumpy utility. That's a second Prowler they just used to clear out, and I don't know that they've really gotten very much space with it at all.
Yeah, but Sugetsu's
Okay, well,
alone,
at least
so
we're
they continue
taking
to
at least
follow
we're
up on this.
like at least we're taking map control
Gonna
with
have to pull
numbers
out a
and
multi-kill with
util.
nothing.
Get 2, 1.
Damn, Aspas is getting
Where's the
wrecked in
trade?
first
Easy enough.
kills.
That aftershock is gonna help. What?
Like, is
Oh, the
Aspas like
gravity wall's the
0
only
and
thing that
5
stopped
for
him from
first
getting a
kills or something
third,
right
But
now?
again, people peeking ahead. They had that aftershock prep the entire time. Tui's and Sadak literally util out, so when I asked where's the trade, it's not coming. But yet they're still peeking.
Angel with a glowing Vandal looking to add on to it, and
Bro,
he
this
does.
guy's aiming out of... Dude, he's... Mate, he's not he's not losing aim duels at
Absolutely
the
a
moment.
flat start here from
He's
Loud out of
actually
what
not
is
losing
a
aim duels.
very
Looks good.
expected matchup, one we haven't
really good.
seen from two teams who have had so much success internationally, even this year. At Lock-In, Loud, runner-up, Navi, 3rd, 4th place. And here we are. Elimination game, the first time we see these two teams playing, and Navi feel like they're running away with it.
Left.
It's the skin. What skin's he using? The new one.
Such drastically different expectations, and I mean, it's a game that is often decided by form on the day. And right now, it just seems like Loud are still in bed, man.
Angel, though. Oh, okay.
Other than
Raid
Les,
boss is down.
Les really seems to be the only bright spot in an otherwise
has Astra Suck if he wants to go around the world, but not a great plan.
Yeah, they're getting rounds because of the heroics.
Yep.
And love this. Just closing this out very easily, putting the Cosmic Divide up,
Dude,
checking
they
exactly
touched
what
it.
he's gonna do, waiting for
Okay,
that
didn't hear.
pull to come
Oh my
out.
god, he could see it. He could see if they're doing it, right?
Very well, though.
Oh, that's
Is he
close.
gonna 1v2 this?
Not really.
Take it
Okay,
around.
they played it
Oof.
really well. That Astra ult was close to not being great.
Just not quite enough time for him to really make anything of it.
Yeah.
Even if he gets one, in most instances you start to be able to play with the time, but there, no, you got to take them both down. So much for Shao to work with.
Why is Loud dry peeking so much? Definitely a little bit impatient, it feels like.
No, especially that kill on Kawanzin.
Yeah, it feels like they're a little bit impatient at the moment.
And Angel's still frying as well, but yeah, when you come into this with an idea, with this breach, with this fade, it's definitely new. You're trying to catch him off guard with some of these util combos, and Loud is just
in terms of the breach so far, I haven't
Timing just seems a little bit disjointed. Meanwhile, for Navi, they're
why
doing
we're using it, if that
everything
makes
correctly.
sense.
starting to have so many tools too to deal with.
Like this is nice though. Like this is what it's good for. You stun early here, you can take a lot of aim in. Especially with an Astra, you put a star there, you can super stun. Like it's great. You can stun Astra Suck, and then you can do the pressure of it. So a lot of time you can get aim in. So I'd be fine for them just doing this every round as a default at least.
Holding on to that one for a little while too.
This is nice. XX in.
Where Sadak has only a sheriff. Yeah, there are a couple of other guns flanking and surrounding it, but
does Angel want to ult as they plant? Yes, they do. It's a good lineup.
Counter to this Hunter Fury. Sadak's dead.
Sadak just takes the hit, but he's used his ult.
They got the spike down. They also invested the Nightfall. They're throwing everything into this round.
If Les gets a kill, he gets his ult. So yeah, I mean Les is really important at the moment. Sugetsu has his ult as well in terms of Killjoy. Doesn't change too much of this.
Keep an eye on
They would really love
Kawanzin.
the Astro they used last round.
He's going exploring.
A turret just got put up though.
He's going hunting. Sugetsu's ready for it. He clears out the turret.
Good info. I love that play from him. Pressure is done.
Pressure on the back line they have to deal with now. They have to be aware. They're going to go for the defuse though.
They're not concerned for it at all. They're just turning their attention towards the side, and it's going to work out.
Damn.
Zipman's already gotten it
It's a
halfway.
late Astra
Yes, the
Suck.
Gravel didn't come out in time. Navi!
Les. The spam there
Dude, look
cleans
at
up
these
one, but still
smokes.
so
Ooh, these
much to do.
smokes
Did he
are
buy
nice,
enough
by the way.
time? It's so
Oh,
close.
it's close, man.
0.64. The kill comes through at the end, as does the defuse for
Nicely
Navi.
done from Navi. They all got real close. Dude, I kind of like this smoke instead of where are we? Instead of
You called out the time less than a second.
I'll wait for the let's watch the replay first, and then I'll explain it. It's cool though. I like the idea. Yeah, they kind of mistimed the Astra Suck, and maybe that's just because it's land sounds. Or maybe comms, something like that. They were pretty far away.
Unreal.
Yeah, they hit important jewels.
It's got to have been a cooldown too, in my mind.
Yeah, 1000%.
Yeah, I like this. So instead of a normal, oh man, we're gonna see a jewel.
And Loud is going to have to try to do something different, go into CNET.
Okay, we're fine, they're running away. So instead of like this, say this smoke that's down now, instead of doing this smoke when they retake and you kind of give them the freedom of spamming, what they did was do this smoke here. They kind of like blocked full vision here, so they have to full commit, and basically you're just trying to make sure that you can take the jewels. It's pretty cool. Just it was more like that. So yeah, just make sure they can take the jewels, and everyone's just like full committing. And a lot of time the smoke is leaking over so much that even if they tried to shoot and run out, you would kill them. I kind of liked it. Navi have some good stuff on this, man. Straight up. Yeah, dude, another retake. And this one's gonna be much harder. Killjoy ult to secure this. Okay, if Loud can't win this round, I'm crazy worried for them.
Trying to push his way forward. They invest the Cosmic Divide too as Angel falls. Sadak on the swing. Oh, gun barrel spotted. Sugetsu on the swing. The kill in favor of Sadak. That was right next to him. But he takes a step back. Now going to re-aggress. That op barrel really long. The Seas and the Prowler getting info on the other side of the wall.
This was nice. And the good thing about this is they didn't have to use the Killjoy into it. So they kind of min-maxed this a little bit.
Navi's going to try to do damage.
Canub, thank you so much, bro. With the whole year as well. Thank you, mate. I really do appreciate that.
Really hurt. Whereas Navi, plenty of bank.
Thanks for your prime on me. Thank you for the whole year, mate. Appreciate your support.
And that's what I was expecting the entire time. Where was this execute? Where was something to do with the breach and fade to just push yourself on site?
Yeah.
It's not like, I mean, Navi does have a decent amount of delay in the form of Sugetsu, but not much more. Not as much as you get from like a Viper Harbor or something like that. So I'm pretty surprised, but it is similar to what we saw from Loud against Team Liquid on Split, where
they're going into the op again, but they might just do the same thing where they get info
Finally,
and they fall back.
a fast push, and we might get it again.
This time it's going to be towards B, though. And remember, the op is here for CNED.
Good shock.
Fault line to push him off the angle.
Stun's
Has to dash
nice.
away. So space gathered.
Look at the damage that shock did. And
Wait,
might even
honestly,
get even more
breach
on
stun at the
Aspas.
beginning could be
Aspas
very
down
nice,
to
right?
68 HP, Sonic 92.
Dude, Angel's just got like heat-seeking utility right now.
Yes, this is the ult that they saved into the round before.
Prowler's going to go real far away.
Do they get a good plant with this?
Take a step back.
Looking like it.
Angel with the dart. They're going to try to flood up behind it. The snap onto the first.
Maybe the plant's too good.
And now the drone to follow. Shao's still so far away from the play, but they're waiting for Navi to all gather up and then push forward.
Shao's one kill off of a Cosmic Divide.
Yeah,
That will ruin
Shao's
the
actually
B-Long players'
really
ability to
important.
play into this.
Oh, I mean, it's done if they get that. Final boss down. Aspas 68 HP, still playing backside. Valentine close by. The swing
Shao
out.
gets the kill. Does he want
Shao
Astral?
get both. A 3v2 here. Cena taking a lot of
Yes, he
damage.
does.
There's Cosmic
Insta
Divide
use
that
of
you
it
were
as
just
well.
referring to. They have to
Cena
push
pushes
Astral. They don't know
forward.
that Cena's in the smoke.
You're a crazy
First
guy,
shot
but
goes
I
wide,
respect it.
but it buys time.
What
It's
did
a
they
distraction. They're not gonna
Astra
fade.
suck maybe?
They have to face check it. A one
Damn,
for
nicely
one,
handled
two,
in the
he
end. From,
swings through
I
and
mean, this
gets
was a good round from
forward.
everyone involved, to be honest with it. The original plan from Loud was really good. Forced them back, managed to get the good plant. And then the spacing from Navi, knowing that this is a hard retake, they got a good plant. And the VIP kind of turns into Shao, and he's pretty much just baiting Zipan to try and make sure they get a kill. And then the reaction here was really good. Astra Suck was great, and then the alarm bot as well to see if they're on it.
So close. I look at Angel's face.
This is a great round from both teams, to be honest.
Everybody thought
Everything
they
was
had
good
that when
there.
that wall went up. And yeah, it might be heroics, but I'm seeing a shift in the game plan in these last two rounds. Much more emphasis on hitting.
I mean, they've given up with the map control, and they're just hitting sites. But it kind of makes a lot of sense because they were just contacting the rest of the map control. So why not just overwhelm all the time?
This map, which is those B-long post plants. They're so tough. They're expecting a push here, Doug. Navi.
Do you think Cena made a mistake? Yeah, pretty much.
Even further.
It should have been together.
And Loud was waiting for it. Tui's was just sitting there. Look how deep they've got Aspas. Something interesting is about to happen. Potentially a fake. Potentially another.
That's all.
Flank that we saw in pistol round with a different player.
That's all. And honestly, he's been down here the whole time. He hasn't heard anything. He hasn't seen anything. So they have some options.
You see the abundance of
The thing that Navi's comp struggles to do is clear question marks. So this question mark that they've just created over towards here is up for a long, long time. Probably the whole of it.
Is by getting some tag? I mean, surely you know that the hit's this way now. You see it for Navi. They're starting to scatter and rotate over towards me.
Yeah, the scamble with this one. Fade orders.
Nightfall dropped. It's going to hit what? 1, 2. Zipan just dropped.
Whoa, that was huge from CNED, by the way. Damn. Damn.
Oh my gosh.
How did they make that one look so easy? Individual kills were great. What a half. Oh my goodness. 17 to 9. Oh. 17 to 9 for Angel. What a half.
Perfect.
And like 3 first kills maybe. Yeah, look at this. Look at Cena's kill as well. Do we get to see it? Yeah, it's all just huge
it's
picks.
Just mad too. I mean, a different timing on the dash, and he doesn't see him. Right? The Cloudburst covers it all
Yeah, they got
up,
the Freemus
but
and
because
plant
of that
kills.
slight time
I think Zipan did really well here as well.
And then the exec is
Because it's been a good pal.
Careful there, you might show too much emotion. It's an 8-4 half in favor
Yeah,
of Navi. You wouldn't believe
maybe the
it, but
original
we just
game
had
plan
Zipan
from
talk
Louds
about
didn't
feeling like
work
the
out
underdog.
too
Let's take a
great,
listen.
but I also felt like some of the timings were off with it, so I'm not sure that's like the game plan's fault more than like players maybe rushing it a little bit.
Vito and etc. We had a good preparation against them, so yes, I think it came down to our own mistakes today that we need to fix. But I see the potential in the team coming into this tournament. I think as a player I tried to maybe become a bit smarter and become less aggressive. Also changed a bit of roles. Usually I was only a duelist main, but now with flex and initiator. But yeah, also when I started playing I didn't know anything about like the fundamentals or team play like this. I had no clue about this stuff, so I think I learned a lot about this stuff the last 3 years.
It's just seen it. It's just seen it with the op, certainly not the weapon you want in a situation like this, but he's gotten one. Is he going to be able to get the second? Yes, he does!
To the fans all over the world, thank you for supporting us, guys, even if we're not playing that good right now, and thank you for always being there for us. We'd like to be remembered for being the underdogs that everyone doubted that won the champions. We didn't expect much from us, you know, we had a rough year, but I see the potential now. We just have to fix the small mistakes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we ever like doubted the team. I think it was more just we were like disappointed that how can a team with this lineup look like it did.
Elimination on the line and so much to gain if you're able to survive.
This would only be the second time that they miss a global playoff in a tournament that they attend. It was only recent for Navi.
The expectations were so high.
Tokyo.
I mean, yeah, but like, rightly so. It feels like this should have always been on paper
the same story as well.
like a tournament
They've
contender.
only missed one time back at Copenhagen.
Not the are they gonna make
Despite
it to tournaments
both
kind of
teams
storyline.
bombed out of Tokyo. So I think both
Okay,
teams
in
are
terms of
feeling
the
same way
Pistols,
after
1-0,
the criticism that they've been
and yeah,
getting
let's see
on
what
Loud
Loud have.
Yeah, sure.
I'm
Gotta
hoping
feel
to see a bit
kind of
more
like
of the
they've lost
breach,
that
and I think it's going to be to do with
backing
retakes. I'm not
from the
entirely sure.
community in terms of expecting them to be able to win a tournament like this.
Well, also, I imagine in a lot of ways, failing to meet the expectations they set when these rosters were put together.
Hey, he heard him.
When they departed on their maiden voyage.
Oh.
And they find themselves in a position now where one of these two teams will not make the dock.
Look at Navi right now. They've already collected both orbs. They've collected control of both A main and B main. And now they can regroup with the spike that's still laying in spawn. They've maintained mid control as well from the barriers, so they have a pretty good idea of what's going on. Meanwhile, Loud have this trap set up. Off the turret contact with Sadak stunned, so if they go into B-Link here, Navi needs to be ready
as
to
well.
sprint back
They're so
out,
confident to leave A
Look,
and fight here.
Spike's going
Alarm
towards
bot,
A. They're
info
beating it to street right now.
at the
The
moment.
thing is too for Navi, they got all that
Okay, they
control
clear
without
one bit
having
of
to invest
info.
very much. Zipan
So
has
even
his
though
knife already
they
backed
feel
up,
like they
Angel
created a
just
question
used
mark
his
here and
dart.
here,
And
it's
that was a
only
dart
one
from
question
A-main,
mark.
so they break the
So this is
setup in B.
kind of easy to
And
read
they
for
head
Loud,
right
kind
back
of
towards
because of
this
this
split
alarm
with the
bot.
drone coming in, forcing these players close.
Oh, what a snap from Aspas! Tui's able to get a second.
It was nice numbers here.
That was clean. Angel, where are you going, bub? Sight's behind you. You have the spike. Go looking for the fight. Go get the spike down.
Oh, well, it's actually considering how to play in this
Double
scenario, knowing
flash.
there's a lot of players in
Double
Arc.
flash for the breach.
Knowing how Xiao's already on site, they're going to try to take control of this. He needs to win these fights.
Oh, but he manages to get out of there without taking any damage, which, given how the first couple of shots went, is a major success.
When you do your
Bless is
style, you
putting
kind
them
of got
into
to
the pen
smoke
right
one
now.
of these
They are
places off.
completely boxed in.
Problem is where.
Is it comfort for Navi, or is it a problem? Down in
Damn,
numbers, completely
this kid,
surrounded,
though.
as you were mentioning, leaving
I say
Angel by
kid.
himself. Currently top fragging
Damn.
on the server and looking for more magic. 91
Oh
HP in the
man,
classic
I
does
really
not
thought he was
connect.
on Fred. I'm
As
not gonna
Loud get
lie,
the
it was a
pistol.
nice try.
And they needed that one.
Desperately.
1-1.
Important
Kids, yeah,
round
I'm
to
calling
throw
him. What is
all
he?
you had.
33? He's my
And
age,
you're
isn't he?
seeing
33,
already the trap
34.
play
Calling
in
him a
B-Link.
kid.
Navi spring
Might
that
be older
very
than me,
well.
actually.
There needs to be a follow-up, and there was from Loud. Playing up close inside of Art, this smoke. Navi wasn't, you might have said that they weren't spending util to get the space that they had, but they also weren't getting the util out. Up to
He's 33. Dude, he's younger than me then.
and
so
not
he is a
having the
kid.
tools to get through it. So I want to see that continue from Loud, being able to float on the map.
I think that's the
Give them
rule.
the space, whatever it might be, and also plays. There's a deep stun here, let up by Sadak that can go all the way A main for these two players that are pushing up. Without the haunt tagging, though, they might not go for it, and Sadak might release. He already used it.
Yeah, he used it at the very beginning to set up what you were just discussing. Drops the fault line there.
He's turning 34 this year, bro. So am I. Give me, dude, give me the exact date.
And that is pretty good prophylaxis from Sadak to set up that fault line so that they don't want Navi
September
does
the
not want
10th?
to go into A
What a
main at the
kid,
beginning
man.
of the rounds at all, because that catches everything.
Little
and you
baby head.
have no ways to dodge that. So good conditioning.
Bring them down.
Prowler to clear out main, nothing found. Just Tui's filling on the space behind it. Navi with 3, make that 4. Pushing up towards Art.
Young up and
Trying to
comer.
create some pressure across the middle of the map.
He's got it all ahead of him. Full career.
They're really trying to find something for CNET here with this Marshall. The Sheriffs were really good for Loud on this second round. in that first half. Knife spots nothing, playing into side secret.
Meanwhile, Sadok's fault line just came back up. Kawanzin has his haunt too.
All this A main control too allows for such an easy
nice.
pinch.
To there.
Onto the players who are trying
That
to
is
get this
nice,
spike down,
actually.
and they
Dude,
should
that
try to
gives
get
him
it
so
at
much
all
info.
costs.
Oh, Shao was so weak. Oh my gosh, it was the Aftershock that kills him?
Where'd that even come from?
Great shot out from
man.
Cena to get one, though. You would think it's going to crumble, and that's exactly what happens.
This
Aspas
was nice.
with 2
Dude,
and
this
Loud
eye
with
was
6.
incredible, by the way. The one that landed here cleared all of this, and a little bit of, I mean,
And that
kind of
pistol
like
was
that.
everything.
Kind of cleared all of
To be
this.
able to go into a round like
That was really nice.
Aspas with those ghost kills at the end gets an op as
Aeolus,
well in
thank you
this
so
bonus.
much. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you for the
And it
gifted,
feels
mate.
like they're going to have a
Not
big
going to be reading
attempt
that one out.
to reduce this, not from 4 that we saw at the half, but to even it out right away.
Thank you, bro.
There's that
Appreciate it.
aftershock.
He had nowhere to go, man. He had no choices. I thought the Prowler
Okay,
was gonna
1-1 pistol. We get the bonus round. We got an op
nothing
with
but a
it.
sliver of
Oh,
HP.
boy. We got an op with it. Do Navi expect this? Probably not. Honestly,
What tools do
this could be
Navi
fun.
have? Angel's close to
they have a
having
good
his
chance
ult.
of winning this bonus if they go to
The
where the
drone
op
early
is.
towards B long. 2 he spotted.
And despite the drone not lasting as long as it used to, you can still clear
Wait.
up close.
Turret got taken away here. Do
Especially in
they
combination
kind of
with
realize that
knives
that's a go
from Zipline.
signal or not? Especially as they're going to clear out A. You might see an over
That star
rotate.
that he dropped as soon as he saw
Ooh.
the drone turns into a smoke, but they're already past it. Sadok already invested his fault line too.
Right, this is a nightmare retake.
Speaking of investments, that op is going to be real tough to use here when it comes down
They
to
get
it
a
on
good
this
plan as
retake.
well.
But if they do go for a B long post plant, then all of a sudden that kind of changes.
Yeah, I
it's
mean,
a
just
nightmare-
having Shao as
nightmare
a
round.
controller.
Okay, it kind of just
not
turns
as
to
much to
damage
break
with
the side.
Aspas
They have
hopefully kind of
Aftershock as well
baiting a
to
bit and not
Breakout
committing
players
too
trying to play
heavy so it
close
can keep
while
us
they
off.
defend the back of sight.
And you are absolutely right. They're not intent on trying to play this down long. They want to take the fight out onto the site. They want to scrap with what
Some
Loud
nice
have to
util there.
offer. The dumping of utility backside is Loud. Les pushes into it. In the nano gets 2. And now they swing back out. Angel continuing to frag. Hey, the guy really is in rare form today. It's just a tap, though. That gravity well's good. And they have so many different angles they can peek out from. This is far from a
don't
done
lose your
deal.
gun.
They're going to get half already?
I don't think they're
Oh.
going to be able to. That's big from Aspas.
Spad?
He's going to have to hold this the whole way because time is short. He's going to have to get in, and he
Oh
can't.
god, they all went down with the op as well. Yeah, they kind of just
0.6.
misplayed the timing a little bit and it becomes pretty costly.
Surprised that Kawanzin is not actually pulling off of that. That is very closely timed. But man,
Yeah.
how long it took for them to get on it.
That's
I think they probably should have made that decision already. Yeah, there's just, you should have known too.
Yeah, kind
Probably
of.
wouldn't even have had time
all
to get
three
off
of them.
that, but Loud, I mean, they lose a big opportunity. It was just a bonus.
Thoughts about
The
buying
only
an
big
op and
thing here,
bonus? I'm
Aspas
fine
with
if you
only
play
a
it like
Marshall since he
passive.
invested
A
in
lot of
last
the times
round,
the
but he also
people
won
will
orb
need
away,
to
so
kind of
if
focus
Angel
on their
doesn't
money
control
alone
belong
so they
here,
don't
he
hunt
can
too
certainly pick
heavy.
up the knives.
Oh, and you
So
can tell
if you
they
play
wanna
it
do
smart,
He's
a
looking to
lot of the
counter
time
this.
it's fine and
That
it's just
star
like a
as
bit
well
of a
could be
gamble if it
real
goes to
nice
you.
as
I
Colin
personally
players over.
don't
Yeah, everyone's here.
think
Can he
it's
get
great,
out?
but
Oh, just barely. I
if
mean,
you're
look
like
at
a
his
big
HP.
team that wants to snowball into it, I think it works great. I'm more of a fan of
So
like,
that
I'm a big fan of the
disadvantage they
bonus
had
rounds to be
with
honest and just
Aspas'
letting them
weapon.
win and do damage.
Suddenly, he has
I
one
think
of the
it's
best
nice
in
to
the
reset
game.
the loss bonus really.
A bold peek out from Aspas.
And I think that's a lot of time spent there from Navi to try to counteract that and not having success on it. In fact, losing Angel too. Suddenly,
Yeah, no drone
down to 1
now.
minute with
It's a bit of a
very
nightmare.
little tools to get back into this.
So they kind of just have to contact through. And honestly, they get pretty good timing towards door here.
They noted that there was
Wait.
no KJ util right now in street, so they're walking down.
Okay.
But Kawanzin does get the info
I was going to say,
anyways
who's
with that
jump spotting, but
spot.
they didn't fully see
Aspas
them.
is there too.
Yeah, they had no idea
You
this
see
guy
that
was
attempt at
close.
high-low. Speaking of high-low, Aspas trying to get high ground himself. Defense timing almost
Aspas?
That's the one
successful.
He
Yeah,
missed all 5.
Yeah, he invested
Oh,
everything.
God.
He still has the Marshall.
Wait, this overwhelm's going to be crazy good.
You see Sadok playing up in the smoke, playing up in heaven. He's getting
Okay,
spammed,
so this is
trying
such
to
a
get that
huge
blue
round
ball.
in terms of the econ.
Les has joined him, though.
And Navi looking
Perhaps
great
that will be
position, but the
enough.
problem is not the best plant, so we just got to
Smoke.
fight sight.
I mean, the reinforcements instantly dealt with. Instantly disabled. 3 rifles, though, for Loud here. In a 3v4, Shao.
Yeah,
in a
I
really
mean, the
comfortable
smokes are
position.
great.
Zipan is too.
The good thing about this smoke is it kind of makes a one-way as
This
well
just seems
for
like another
a lot of
lockout
these
for
angles,
Navi.
especially over towards him.
Two's just going to have to 1v4 to keep this
Yeah.
interesting. And he
I mean, the
just
smoke
can't.
is everything. The smoke in heaven blocks it off. It becomes a one-way for these two people in this position, depending on the angle.
And yeah,
Like,
they
it's
did
really
get,
good.
you know, they got some
Even
HP
default
done
where
on
you
Aspas
plant
to
it, I guess
begin
it
the round,
becomes a
but
one-way as well.
What is this? They just walk in the street.
I mean, look, yeah,
Nothing
look.
found by Aspas at all.
That's a really nice smoke.
I mean, even
Leans
the
heavy
proactive
over towards the
decision-making
right
to
side where
fight
they can go
for
in.
that orb, knowing what was coming.
Yep.
I love that.
Causes fits in the loud camp.
Yeah, and they had the angel buff in this round, right?
I mean, I
Dying
think we're starting
fast.
to see a little bit of why Loud was avoiding this so that they could revamp the
boy.
map. Here's a dash in with the stun. Aspas getting really deep. And they swapped that late round, by the way. Aspas had a marshal the entire time, and then they made the call for that play, and they find nothing with the stinger. 2 Buckies, too, bought up. So that Les can play back haul, and Twos can play on his smoke at A. The problem is he doesn't have any more
Gamble
smokes.
stack. Gamble stack going in over towards B. This is nice.
They're investing 4 towards B right now on the defensive side. They have the alarm bot and Link. But that's really all the map control they have. No real idea if anyone's pushing up towards Art or anything like that.
Oh, did they just jump spot? Yeah, jump spot.
And Loud was
Saw
stacking
no
B,
one.
you know, ops.
And now they
away
go
from
back
that.
here, and as we can
And I
see, we're going to
wonder
make
why,
sound over
because
towards A,
Therese
and then
is
we're going to
hearing
actually
nothing
hit
right now.
B. So the
Yeah,
calling
we're
is
just
like
off the
perfect
timing.
for this at the moment.
Expecting that they would have already hit, and they haven't yet.
Yeah.
And it's not the right call.
I mean, this was like,
Angels bringing his
especially if you
team
look at the mini map,
towards that
this is
B
one of
side,
those
which
rounds
is
where it looks like they
empty.
could see the enemy team, because as soon as
We
that
know
jump
that.
peek came in and they got the info and they got
Navi
out of there,
Sugetsu's gonna try to figure out exactly
they
what's going
insta
on the rest of the side.
pivoted
of the
over
map.
towards B and
That's so
changed their
sharp
plan.
out from Sugetsu.
It was,
Lets himself
yeah,
get tagged
that
by
was
the Haunt,
great.
Still gets a kill. Keeps rotations from Loud towards A.
Yep, it's important too.
Nilzinho, what's up, bro? How
When
we
you
doing?
go and hunt for where they're stacking, oftentimes you want to try to bait a reaction out from them, try to spring the trap that they might have set. If you get tagged by something, all of a sudden they're like, oh, there's a player here, let's go for it. Let's make noise.
Yeah. Oh, they've invested the null command. They do have a luxury of a ton of money and a couple of other ults still to play around. So I guess why not?
I think specifically just trying to avoid any flashes Sadak might have here is pretty key, because they have no way to get through that smoke.
Yeah, and again, this smoke is great.
one of the flashes
Like, this
they were
smoke in
looking to
heaven
avoid.
is
You see
a
the
nightmare.
repositioning, a green shot out from
Again, it
side.
has more lean over towards this side, so it covers more of the spawn.
And they just want to go down the
But it
spike,
also just covers
not
the...
give any more ults.
I mean, I can just
Sugetsu
draw it, right?
Could be a guy. He does fall.
It's
Does get his
basically
lockdown
that.
up.
So
And Aspas picks up
it
a
leaks
weapon,
over, so you get a
not
one-way
following the
here,
spike
one-way
important there.
here, one-way here for some of the run-out. And then, obviously, it
Oh,
blocks
Sugetsu
heaven,
one off of the
and it's
lockdown,
just a
excuse me.
nightmare. It's just a multi-purpose smoke.
But that's 3 in a row now
It's
for
actually
Navi.
pretty cool. Like, really, really cool.
Final timeout spent by Loud.
None for Navi in this game so far, too. Despite that first half finally coming back into favor for Loud, it still was 8-4.
This is a late timeout, but
and Navi
kinda
never
get it.
felt the pressure.
Yeah, talk about
Tims,
having control on
Tims,
the
thank you so
situation.
much, mate,
Financially, you've
for the
always been
3
okay. Your
months.
ult cycles
Appreciate
have
you.
been
Thank you
really
for the
nice.
tier 1.
You haven't even
And
had to
Aelus
invest timeouts.
gifting
Just because
Nilzinho
you've been able to
in
use what
as
Loud
well.
are using on the other side.
Speaking, yeah, that's another boomer. Thank you so much for that. Welcome, Nilzinho. Thank you, Aelus.
And I'm
Appreciate that.
thinking, how are these Loud players feeling in this moment right here, where they're facing elimination? Hasn't happened that often for this team, especially the youngsters. Come to these global events. Players like Tui's, players like Kawanzine, especially given the rumors surrounding this team, surrounding the fact that Aspas, this might be the last time we see him in a green jersey. And the rest of the players too.
So difficult to maintain mental clarity when you have all
Do you know
of
if an
that weighing
aftershock
on
can
you.
break a
And
killjoy
not to
ult?
mention
No,
the
it
demons
survives
of
on
the year
like
looking
20
over your shoulder.
HP, I think it
Memories
is.
of Tokyo,
20 or
weighing
30, I
heavy.
can't remember the exact amount. So you have to like shock it after.
And down 5 on a map they really should be good at, a map that should be
Is
challenging.
Loud not
Navi.
playing
I know
Viper Harbor
Navi's,
because
what,
it changes
7-1
to
on this
B?
map,
Yeah, I'm pretty
but
sure.
Still,
What languages
this
do
is
you
where their
speak?
bread and butter
English, just
lay.
badly. That's it.
back at lock-in, back through Americas, when they had such success, when people thought they could challenge
okay.
the likes of Fnatic. Where is that gone?
Let's see
It's
what the
gone
timeline is.
It's gone sailing in an attempt to reinvent and reinvigorate. They find themselves repeating some of the same questions. How do we get past this deficit? And meanwhile, for Navi, you know, we've touched on it a little bit, but they're literally doing everything right.
I mean, yeah, Navi are owning them at the moment, really.
So often this drone from Angel is getting full control of one of these mains. Recall to get CNET across and almost takes down Les too. The important thing is the shift in setup here from Loud after that timeout.
They shouldn't be jumps.
Swap sites.
It's weird because this jump spot eventually will come in theory, but it depends how long you wait. The turret is here, but because they got a 3-person stack, they might want to get info at one point to try and get more of a rotate. Depends on the pressure, but I think the jump spot will eventually come in. Yeah, it does. Just didn't hold it for long enough. Okay, jump spot goes in, they spot one, they can keep the rotate here as Fade was about to go away, and honestly that jump spot might win them the round. It's a lot of ults though.
But CNET pushing forward, backside, Les is the one he's going to have to challenge, but he's flashed, he can't see a thing. What a setup from Ziban! And then you've got the ult out from Angel, this is beautiful! The Rolling Thunder's going to cause serious problems though. Did they burn the clock too low? Look at CNET, he's got behind enemy lines! Only one found, 4 seconds left. They've got respect to getting the spike plant down. They do. Angel and Xiao left alone in a 2v3. And do they know Xiao's position?
Yeah.
Could he single-handedly secure
the round? It's a great... There is a high chance that Angel can win this 1v3 if Xiao goes down killing no one. He has low HP, so I'm expecting no one.
The fault line, they're aware. Kalantin on the swing. The fault line
causes problems. For this.
Angel left by himself.
Still tough to flush him out, and he's repositioning.
Oh my Jesus. He got popped. Alright, he was having a good game. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt there.
On a round where they threw everything at it, though. Talk about Navi doing things perfectly. That round, they certainly burned the clock a little too low for my comfort, and finally we're going to get a timeout because of it. Shocking. I don't think Navi expected the breach ult to come in at all, especially with the lockdown in play. Thinking that there's no way.
Can't believe I would say that anyone has a good chance there, bro. The best plant for long B. That's that's like that's such a doable round in a 1v3.
We talked about how nice the exec looked out from Navi, but you're right. Ball of the counter punch that Loud threw was just so clean. And that gets us to the position, as you were just mentioning, where Navi finally invests the first time out that they've had to all map.
Yep. For reference,
but 3? Yeah, it's basically just 3 1v1s, and at the same time, if you play it right, it's only like 2 1v1s because one of them has to defuse as well. So, I don't know, it's like, I would give him like 25%, 30%, something like that.
Earlier on, this does give a chance for Fraud, the legendary coach on Loud, to get back into his team's comms and start to encourage them. And I'm seeing Aspas pick up an op right now on my screen, so Navi are going to start to have to answer questions as they're not on match point, as it still is within 4 here. It's very much a possibility.
1-9 loss bonus in this huge round. Absolutely huge round here.
At least on Navi.
I mean, honestly, probably you can both get 2-4 on top for loss bonus. I mean, it's everyone but Zipan that can buy. Knives will be in, so okay, Navi can buy next.
We didn't see the Navi players committed.
This is a massive round. Loud do this, it's doable.
Only one stun though.
This is nice though. Like this stun over towards here with the smoke. Like this is the thing that I do like about the breach is you have A control both sides all the time.
What do they do with it? The dart,
that's kind of nice. They get the dash and the flash out of them for a stun and a smoke.
The crossfire that Tuiz and Kalanzin had, they were both stacked
no worries,
up with each other.
They've used a lot of smokes though.
And CNET's dash pushes them way back.
Azumi's one. What's up, bro? With the prime. Thank you so much, mate. Welcome in.
Seen, especially in the good old glory days of Pearl before Viper Harbor, how much influence this cosmic divide can have on the B site. Just having it, how that has to change your setup for Loud.
Thoughts on the no sky? I think all these comps are fine.
Like they're bunching up and getting ready to strike.
I maybe haven't seen enough with the breach for me to like want to use it, but I think it's a good double initiator now. That might be the big kill that decides it. We have Astra ult. Okay, insta Astra ult. Yeah, okay. Just as I'm flaming the breach a little bit.
Find success. How to Loud get into this? Perhaps waiting for the Cosmic Divide to expire before they pounce. The Flash and the Haunt to provide some cover. Still cleared, though.
CNET needs to get value off of Xiao's life. In fact, Xiao finds the time to get out. So,
oh my.
That's a spam from Sonic. He just jumps up.
That is outrageous.
I saw an arm, maybe saw an arm.
He very well maybe do that gravity wall. Gets the first, the second out on the last.
Okay, nicely done. Right, yeah, Loud can make a run of this. The interesting thing as well is Zipan can't buy, and I thought they were going to save the knives for it, but CNED used the knives for this one, so I still think they're going to buy, and maybe he takes a hit. They could maybe use one of their timeouts as well. They still have 2 timeouts. The thing is, they may not want to give Loud a timeout.
Couple rounds lost, control not maintained.
How many times have we seen this aftershock takedown play? That is nasty from Sada.
Yeah, I think
he didn't see a barrel.
I think maybe he saw him before that replay happened. They just did a timeout. Oh really? Dude, am I even in the room? What's going on?
Instead leaves Xiao in a 1v3. Now again. Aspas going quick for this push. The stun misses. Any targets.
This is a nice recon though. This recon that's like behind the wall here and scans all of this, and you can't break it unless you're beyond this point. That's cool. It's a close shot.
Angel counting his lucky stars there. Meanwhile, CNET has nothing but stars to count for the rest of the round. Another proper heater of a shot out from Sada.
This is the low buy though.
Both of them taking such risky moments there. Sadak, of course, was not expecting this at all.
How the hell has he passed this alarm bot? Oh, actually, it looks a little bit to the left. Yeah, the alarm bot messed up. He misplaced the alarm bot.
So he's very targetable by
There's no way.
And they're going to push that back side that you were just
mentioning. No, they lose because of a misplaced alarm bot.
And this has already been a problem for Loud in the last round where Navi hit that B site. He got suppressed, was not able to pop the Nano Swarm for the players to push him back site. So he lost control of that now. Leaves his team again.
Was there a smoke? No, I don't think so. Someone can check it, but I'm looking at that alarm bot now, and I'm pretty sure you can walk to the side of that. It's close.
They just handed the op over into Tui's hands. Aspas is going to want to make a play here. He's dropped down below.
Less went too far, you think?
Dealt with. Angel was
Care knife? Maybe. Some options.
Just 2 remaining for Loud. And a 2v3. Make that 1. Tui's has to save the op. He's got to get out. Navi are going to get to map point.
Damn, yeah, that was a big round. Chat, who's got the answer for me?
And a big blunder there from Loud, despite even having some success in the early round. Aspas could have gotten a kill. Very advantaged, fighting mid.
Walked out of range, seems to be the most popular one.
And then Sadak too with that off angle, but that knife suppressing less.
It was disabled, walked out of range for just a little bit.
It out
Damn,
that they could be down mid.
That's
it's
huge.
Just crazy.
Oh, that hurts so much to look at a second time. Easy now. I'll break it. No tech pauses here, Les.
That's
12
wild.
for Navi.
Okay, 4 chances.
No ult
And
currently
yeah,
in play,
that's a
Angel's
brutal
close to
way
his.
for this one to go. Just, I mean, shout out
Again,
to
is possible here from
Chat, was Sugetsu that found the timing right?
And they're
Shout
just
out to
trying
him
to
for
get
that.
these peaks from Aspas over and over.
Yeah.
Again, still a main control all the time.
Forces him back. Angel's gonna find these 2 players pushing as well.
Oh, this is kind of nice. They drone, and normally a lot of time you're droning 4 people, right? But this time we're just droning, creating pressure like there's multiple people here, and we split up 1-1, and this person's gonna get overwhelmed by 4. This is a nice round from Navi. This is a nightmare for Loud. Someone has to solo play.
Unless he takes a step back, and there's a cross with Tui's, and there it is. CNET falling, spamming through the smoke is Tui's as he looks for another, but the counter from Zipan
12?
is clean.
12 HP.
They're trying to get away, and there is no exit.
He does that? That's insane.
Stops them in their tracks. 2 remain for Navi and Angel and Xiao.
That's insane. Well, that's the play that had to happen.
He can't peek here too because Aspas is on the angle. He has to give it all to Xiao. There now he can with that.
Dude, they would love to win this without having to use any of their ults.
Do they go forward here? 35 seconds left.
When does the fade eye come back up? Did they just use it? Oh boy, okay, well there goes the ult. I mean, it's both. It's nice info.
They spam the prowlers here if there's any left. No, none from Kalanzine.
There's nothing to follow up behind that ult. If you're allowed here, you want to get out of this, investing as little as possible. You've already dropped the Nightfall. You want to keep the lockdown if you can.
Oh my god, that's close.
13 seconds left. They're going to commit to getting the spike down,
Nice
and it
done.
falls
Nice
apart.
spam through. I mean, what a
2v4
round from
was just too
Kalentzin.
much.
It's actually been
Kalentzin with a
great,
massive round
to be
get
honest.
Loud to 9.
He's been bailing them out in a few
Look
rounds.
at that replay too. Kalentzin's timing could not have been more perfect on that chase down. Look, there was the Sadak aftershock behind him. They think that nobody's going to push through, but
they
he's
literally
out of
thought
it
it was fine.
by just a second.
He had 12 HP when he pushed into that, too.
Yeah, imagine that goes wrong.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, we're seeing Navi with advantage, and Kalentzin life given.
Okay, 4 chances down to
take
3
away from
chances
his
for
own
Navi to
teammate.
close this out. Aspas has his op still, and this is a low buy.
This is a weird buy here from Navi.
Yeah, and a lot of
They
time
walked
again.
in to stun 3 players. Thankfully, they got that on. Otherwise, they would have gotten sprayed
The
down.
good thing about these recons
No
are kind of
follow-up,
sick, though, right? These recons that you have to be past a certain point to
they've
break
done
it,
that at the
seeing it
beginning of
over
every
towards B in
round.
terms
Yes.
of here, seeing it here with its
It's like
daughters.
Navi forget about the conditioning
And
that has
yeah,
come
even
through,
though
but
we're
also
skilling like
maybe
this stun
just
control over
defying it,
towards
knowing
here, if this doesn't get broken, they
never
just know that they can disrespect you
amounted
to
to
the
an
fits here in
actual
terms of
push. It's always
smokes.
been for control only.
It just feels like blatant disrespect, I agree. Calling their bluff, so to speak.
Look at this advanced position here from Aspas.
They're gonna go
That's
back
where
to
they're walking
Aspas.
towards right now.
He's got the op.
Navi
They still
been
have
owned
Astra
and
ult as well, so
confident
they
in their
can
split,
kind
so
of play retake over towards
we'll have
B.
to see if it becomes
And
a
honestly, maybe Navi are
Also
thinking
note
they're playing
Bless's
retake
positioning.
over towards
You
B.
mentioned a couple of rounds ago he had been normally playing backside.
It-
This time shouldering towards mid.
thing. Oh, that took down the alarm ball right there. With the Hunter's Fury, that's a dash forward
It's
from
giving them
CNET.
some space.
The knife to make sure no one's around, but now you're not going to have that for the counter on the
So
lock.
actually,
Aspas
Aspas is in the
real in
weirdest
trouble
spot
right now.
ever.
2 players pushing down B long and also through
Yeah, they have
stream,
no
but he's
idea.
still
They think
gonna
it's
get
they
it.
think they're playing retake of Astro.
Dropped as soon as they were popped.
Stun here keeps him back for
Cena
now. They need to
tanking
recover the
this.
spike and get onto it.
Cenat's stuck. He's dead. There's no way out, but he's got it covered.
Hello?
He's got freaking Secret Service detail.
Hello?
And they're never going to catch him. He's
Hello?
just on the other side of the wall. But Kalentzin and Sadak stabilize. Can Sugetsu do it by
10
himself?
seconds.
A 1v1.
Can he get spike and
8
plant?
seconds left.
Oh, it's
Spike out of
close.
hand.
Doesn't
5
need to.
HP. The shot's not landing the first time or the second. And there's
Holy.
just no time. Holy smokes.
That was a sick round. Oh my goodness.
That was close.
Okay,
That
4
could've been
chances
it.
down to 2. Just a
Navi
low
could've
by
ended
that
it
one, but
right
my
there.
god, it was close. Mate, CNED nearly
Sadak
did
for
the unthinkable.
So long could have killed him. I don't even know if that would have changed the situation.
No, I don't think so. Given how it played out, probably not.
Oh my god.
Dude, it's mad to me that both of these teams are playing on knife's edges and everyone is smiling on the stage or behind the scenes. We're out here losing our minds.
Well, this map one, listen, we got a long way to go. Back into it.
Yeah, 2 chances. Now they got the money out.
Right
CNED
away,
gets the
Angel's gonna
attack
try to
up.
push off
Are they
Aspas
going
from
to
the side
expect
angle.
that?
Dude, that drone is so
A lot of
nice.
times they're not following anything up
That
with the
Aspas
drone.
be
It's more
holding
just
the
trying to
lower
get
angle
info
at
for the rest of
such
the
a
map, it
high-
feels like.
Such a high vantage
It's kind of
point.
he
nice.
switches it up
I
quite
love
often.
this smoke that teams do.
He's playing in the smoke
It's
that actually
really good
caused
on
them
defense.
trouble when they were trying to attack into Navi.
Meanwhile, keep an eye on this trap. If they decide to go towards the link, you've got the alarm bot crossfire from Les and Sadak.
As that smoke falls, they use that Prowler. You're absolutely right.
Astra's used 2 stars
He buys
already,
time for
though.
this fault line to come back up too. They could definitely have a trap play. And they're reclearing both sides.
Oh
at the
god,
same
they
time
both
in the main.
reclear A at the same time.
Angel.
Mate, Calzin's been...
I mean, half a second.
Damn.
The only thing separating life from death for Angel, for Navi.
And it's the 2 new players too going
You
for
push
proactive
forward?
play. They've got more coming.
Look at
Who and
the
Arthur
cover up
push
Kalentzin
forward.
is.
They're both pushing
You're
forward.
right, Tui's is there with them. That 1-2 punch. It's a devastating duo.
Can't even be
Can't
mad
clean
at
them up.
Navi not expecting them there because, like,
Seeing its op stabilizes for now.
Why?
But now it's less. You thought you dealt with it all.
30 seconds left.
But there's more on the other side.
Big
Unless
Joe.
his timing is going to be gorgeous. There's no idea.
Oh!
They have no idea, but the pixel betrays them. A regress from Sugetsu.
All he needs to do is just buy time now. They're going to go into Aspas.
It's just contain.
yeah.
It's just contain. Walking into the slaughter is Sugetsu as he cannot
Nicely
find
done,
the
yeah.
space
Another
he
attempt for the
needs.
1v3 there. Alright, 4 chances down to the final 1 chance. And honestly, the money's not there for them. 2-9 loss bonus. They're all sitting at like 3-1, right? 2-9, 3-1.
Navi
With
feels
one
the
person that has
pressure right
51.
here.
I mean, what a timing.
What a
Swendo.
call as well
Swendo
from
with the
Navi
prime.
to
Thanks so
try to
much,
come
bro.
back into this, but Kalentzin and Tui's just shut it right down. There's no play. Navi says, yeah, they got 2. Let's make sure that we clear back that space, get those 2 players down. And it just does not work. Feels like they got the killer instinct. You saw Tui's in that game against Liquid really turn up for his team.
Yeah.
And here again, the same thing. The thing about this timeout, guys, that I want you to note is Navi is dead broke. They've got no economy. Guardians, Judges being bought up right now. So it's got to be a rabbit pulled out of the hat here. Magic needs to be made.
What's the old situation?
They've got some good ones to take the sites, but good ones in response from Loud as well.
Sure.
Excited for the roster mania once it's all done. Yeah, I mean, it's entertaining.
There's a lockdown here. That's easy. No Command 2. CNED has his knives, so the economy might not hurt as much, but that breach ult, we saw the effects of it when the clock winded down.
Doesn't really matter about that. Judge comes out, knives it here.
And I mean,
Sheriff,
given the fact that CNED just played into Judge, I can't imagine they're
okay.
go slow.
Double Guardian.
Go slow,
it's
we'll
not too bad. I mean, ults are great.
As Loud 1 round away from taking us to OT.
Cows in 1 away. I mean, there could definitely be a big duel over towards A here if they wanted.
I'm looking at
this orb would be nice for Cows in. Yeah, they do the stun, they do an eye. We're going to get a smoke as well. Yes, we are. And we get his fade ult as well. So that's nice. Prowler goes all the way round, and Astra is hiding behind a corner.
On the other side of the map, though, can't recover
the orb. Are we going to do the latest lurk of all time?
So much into this.
As we hit B. Damn, we're going to do the latest lurk of all time. How long does this Astra v Astra duel is everything.
They're going to stay
Damn,
on
Observer's on it, respect.
He's going to stay back site here, hope that no mollies come into his position.
They might think it's a fake with that.
To keep him away and cancel this lockdown. Oh, no!
Oh, he's got to get away.
Oh, dear God.
He can't find a way out, and he's dead.
He forgot about the knife. A crucial mistake that Loud have made before, and that might have costed them the map.
It's huge. There's a planter.
On the counter. Kawanzine has arrived with Nightfall, but the Cosmic Divide defines a great line. How do they reinvent their exit through this?
Can't spam now, but
Molly's incredible.
Might give up his life for Zip-Ons. Still time, though. And they planted the spike in the meantime.
Dude, he's getting spammed. Is Wall gonna go down? And the wall stays up just as the res comes in still. It feels like this wall's been up forever.
The flash from out into heaven, and you see both ults used, dissecting everything. One finally dissipating. Ospot's pushing forward, op in hand. Do they dare peek on the other side of the wall? Now they funnel out. It's a flood.
Time running short.
Navi trying to hang on to the control of the situation. It's a 3v2, less than 2. He's the youngsters. The young bucks, can they do it themselves at 2v2? It's all on to less. 89 HP, the first found, but no idea of the second.
Yeah.
Time running short. The
Nicely
gravity
done from
wall will
Navi.
certainly seal it.
Holy, what a round at the end. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it all kind of came down to that first breach kill, really. The ults were great in the end as well.
What a way to end this game. Both teams waking up.
All according to plan on the last chance, yeah.
At the end of the map.
4 of them gone. Last one.
Navi will maintain a very